Welcome to part 38 now. Alright, so in between I noticed that I have a little tiny issue here, somewhere here. Check that out from the front view. If we zoom in here, we can, it's only just a small offset here, but I think that's going to be a problem later on. So let me just select that vertex or vertices here, and then let's switch here to the perspective view. And so that's not perfectly aligned to its corresponding vertex, this one. So V middle mouse, snap it. And we also have another one that's selected here, and then let's check it out. Oh yeah, that's, I didn't see it before, so we're going to fix it now. So V middle mouse, snap it there, and then let's check that out. So I don't know if it doesn't matter if those are lined up as well. Let's just fix it. Move it here and then V-snap it. And then should be that one. It looks better, even if it's just a tiny difference. I could go in and, yeah, but that doesn't really matter here. So we have enough geometry between those edges. So I think that's not a big deal. If we could tweak it later. So let's check it out at the corresponding side. There should be the same issue. So just select that vertex here, hit F to frame in, zoom in, and then deselect. So it's going to be that little guy here. Then re-snap him. And over here, check it out from perspective. So that should be aligned to V middle mouse, that guy here. Okay, so now those edges are lined up here. And then let's, like we did on the other side, so let's select the one here. V snap him there. And this one. V snap him. Okay, just a tiny difference, but when we are subdividing or smoothing that later on, that I think that we would definitely have seen it. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go in here, go to edge mode, or maybe just in object mode, delete the history. Don't want Maya crashing again, so let me Q to deselect that move tool, shift select 4, 5, 6, it should be 6 edges here, and I get 6 edges selected. So hit Control E to do an extrusion, hit W, move it, and V snap it to the vertex, and then I'm hitting G to repeat the last 2, W, and bring it back, V middle mouse snap there. And now let's Q, select one of those edges here, Control right click, no, edge mode, Control right click, edge mode, Control right click. There you go. So under the inputs again, put it to multi and then should be 11. So let's go into vertex mode. Select all those vertices and then we merge. So then we lower that threshold here to 0.001 again. So that we don't merge anything we don't want to merge. Okay, so it looks good here on this side. So let me just do the same procedure here on the corresponding side. Let's go to edge mode. So I'm selecting this tiny little edge here, shift select 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 edges selected. Hit Control E, W, move, V snap, G, W, move, V snap. And again, Q, select one of those edges here, Control right click, edge ring utilities, and split multi, and 11 splits. Again, let's go here to vertex and select that whole, Control right click, merge, and again lower that threshold to 0.001. Should do the trick for us. So check it out. Out 5. Yeah. That's what I wanted. And let me just show you something, or I'm going to use the distance or the measure tool. So I told you, I think I told it earlier lessons. So V left click here to that point there. So it says it's 0.58 something centimeters. And I know that the distance here it's around about 3.5 millimeters. So let's be correct and go to object. That's funny. Just go to object mode. Select this, grab this guy and move it, and then we move it here until we have a distance of about 3 point something. Yeah, somewhere about here, and then go to the top view and then go to vertex, select all of those vertices, and then I want to bring it down to somewhere about here. So I'm looking here at this border, so that this is almost at the level as the one locator. So let's go to object mode, so we fix that distance, and then we can select the locator and delete it. And now let's go in and go to edge mode, double click here on that border edge, again to the top view, control drag and deselect. So we have to take care about, so that we deselected all those tiny edges here at the end, so it looks good. Looks good. And then let's do another extrusion, Control E, W, and then I move it. And now let me just use another distance locator tool here. Just make sure we have the right dimensions. So V left click here and then check that out. So that's 1.27 centimeters. And I know that this is, I know I can measure it again. It's a lot lower than that, so it's something about 6 to 7 millimeters. Alright, so let's grab this guy, go to object mode, select this guy, move it until we have something like almost 7 millimeters. Okay. And then go to the top view, vertex mode, select all those vertices, W, and then we move them. Don't have to snap it there, but almost on that locator position. So we get those real world dimensions in our 3D world as well. Okay, and now we only have to close that part here. So let me just go in object mode. I'm gonna delete the history. Yes, I think I get an idea how we do this. So you go to edge mode 1. Shift 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then hit Control E, do an extrusion, W, and we extrude it here, and then we move the pivot of that selection by DV, snap it up there to that vertex, and then we are snapping it here. V-snap here to that point. And let's hit G to repeat the last tool. W again, do it once more. Move the pivot again, DV, middle mouse up there. Move it and V-snap. So, I think let's go to vertex mode and select here that bunch of vertices here, say merge, lower that threshold again to 001. So we get back our geometry here. Okay. And then we do the same here on the other side. Zoom out. Go to edge mode. 1, shift 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Control E, W. Then press V, D and V together. Move the pivot, and then V snap that here. G on the keyboard. W, move. Press D, V together, move the pivot up here, that selection, move it, and then V, snap it over here, and again go to vertex mode, select that bunch of vertices, merge, lower the threshold, 0,1. Okay, now let's go to the top view, select all those top edges, then Control to deselect all the edges we don't want to. We only want this front row selected. Check that here on the corresponding side. Alright, so let's hit the Control E, do an extrusion, W, move it down in Y, and then V, middle mouse, snap it to the bottom. And Yeah, so which way is faster now? Maybe just move it up. Move it back up. And then a V-snap it here to that first edge. And then hit the G, W, different angle here. Move it in Y. V-snap here. G, W. Move it in Y. V-snap. Hit G, W, Y. Move it in Y. V, middle mouse. G, W. Move it in Y. V-snap. G, W. Again, move it. V-snap it. And G, W. Last time for this part, and V-snap it down here. And now let me just go in here and use the target weld tool. So go vertex mode. And then make sure. Oh, that's hard to navigate. So we left click here on that one and move it over to the one next to it and target weld it. Forgot one. Come on, buddy. Alright, and then do the same here and on that side as well. So the hardest thing is the guy up here. Left click, just drag it. Whoop. Shoop. Boop. So I don't know for what reasons I got two vertices on top there. So but that's fixed now. So let me go to object mode. And yeah, so that's almost the top case. So we also have something to do here. So it's also a little, yeah, not straight up. So it has also that kind of little cone shape here, as well as here on that front side. So for a long time I didn't even notice that on the real machine, but it's obviously there. And there is there's one thing here on this part as well. So that's, you know, some tweaks we should do later. And of course we have to insert some edge loops here, but I think I'm gonna pause this video and we go on in the next one.